E4 in B slot. If you get a chance, guys, be practicing the B slot exits as well. There's no harm, and it will be real good practice for when you want to slot switch something, or maybe we want to change an exit to another setup. And just, yeah, it's real nice. You might want to start with a B slot P in a competition for some reason. You may have a slot switching block coming up, and you just think, you know what, we'll just do a B slot P. But if you're really practiced at all the different entrances, it just gives you another feather to your cap. So 4, nice. Maybe get a little closer, Fred, just so that your arm is bent 90 degrees. Nice. And then Felipe, at the end of the 4, ideally it would be a center rotation for you, because Manuel is staying on this side of you, which is well, no, sorry, he's in front of you, which is good. Don't worry so much about Manuel. Think about, here is the center of the tunnel, and you just need to open your hips a little bit, Felipe, to get to that P. But if you look at Manuel first, you miss the important connection, which is with you and Fred in the center. Oops. Yeah, and so we waste a lot of time. There we go, a little better there. It's got the more of a powerful position for you. If you're fully stretched, I don't find it helps me. I mean, other coaches might have suggested it to you, Fred, but for me, I prefer to have a little bit more of a bend in that arm. That way I feel like I can just fly more powerfully with when it's my turn to move, and not to get quite so much stretch on the piece. But you're doing a fine job of it. Yeah. Okay, and Manuel, I don't know if you need to go quite so far around on the 4. Normally as a target, what I use is inside center. So Manuel, if you look now and go, there's Fred's legs, my legs want to be here, because we don't really want the piece to do much less work. We want the piece to do, it's a 270, which is fine. Yeah, can you see that? So Felipe starts here and he finishes here. So your move is actually quite a bit shorter than you think. You don't need to go quite so far around. If you do, what we tend to find happens is you're still moving backwards by the time the piece comes to you. Now this isn't a bad example at all. It's a pretty nice finish. And better there, Felipe. It looks like you had more of a focus on Fred, which is the goal here. You start to look at Manuel, and then attention goes to Fred, but really work with him. Let Manuel work to you as opposed to you working to him. And that's a little bit too much of a crunch there, Manuel, as well, almost overworking on Felipe. And then Felipe, the line that you're looking for is here. Yeah. So Manuel should rotate out to here to kind of echo the curve of the tunnel. So the upper body rotates out to here, and then ideally, the only way this is going to fit in here, Manuel, is if you're out here. As you can see, there's just no space in here for Felipe, although Felipe does over-rotate to start. So Felipe, this is the correct angle here, and just pop in a little bit sideways. Manuel, keep your center point close to the tunnel wall. There you go, Fred's letting you know. Work with me, buddy. Let's have a look at this 4 build. So that's better. Again, far better for you to be closer up here and for Felipe to have just a little bit more space. Nice, Felipe. That was a good build into the P. This is where you're picking up Manuel, but your attention is with Fred. That's good. And you only pick Manuel up if he's in the right place, which he is. Good job, buddy. And then much nicer build into the 4. Now this is perfect. Now we have Felipe and Marconi in a straight line. Fred, excellent. Just a little bend to this arm. 90-degree picture for you guys. And then close to a 90-degree cheek in this smaller tunnel in order to make this shape work. Perfect. And then so let's see, Manuel, let's see, I think you end up doing a really good job on this 4. Yep, you end up only coming around as far as as Fred's legs were. That's great, man. So obviously we needed to get current in the B slots, not just in the block, but also in the random builds before we started to see any consistency. And it's only going to work in this tunnel, Manuel, if you stay close to the wall. If you start coming too deep underneath here, by the time the catch happens, you've either got to move back out, which precludes you having to go underneath, kind of makes it more inefficient. I would just say kind of be glancing, like just brushing the wall, cleaning the glass, if you like, with your knees and your hands in order to give Felipe space to pick up your grips. Nice, Felipe. It's better. Yeah, Manuel, so look at this. See how your knees glance across the tunnel, and then as you finish out here, you're kind of scraping down the tunnel walls. You can almost use it as a reference. Because I've given you the necessity, you don't need to go further than here. You don't have to go ridiculously fast. In fact, you want to be here and stopped with your legs in a great position, so that by the time Felipe comes around, he can just tap and go. Boom, like that. Beautiful. Yeah, this is definitely a way to get the drills on the B slots. We will look at some B slot sets. I've got that down on our plan.